Okay, that's cool.
Are we both in frame if we're sitting like this?
Yeah.
Cool. Just wait.
I don't know what I'm saying. I got
Right. So, do you need to know what you're saying, or are you just going to bring it in, slam it down, and do your line off that?
Are you saying the first line or am I saying the first line?
Let me just. Well, there's when did they find the bodies, which is supposed to be my line, but that wouldn't make sense because we've changed a little bit. So I could just go like. I can just go, so you're the expert. What do you know? Something to that effect.
Oh, what can you tell us about the scene?
Yeah.
Because then you still get frustrated when I'm not telling you about the scene. I'm just telling you about Pompeii.
Yeah, sure.
A little light reading.
So, you're the expert here. What can you tell me about the scene?
About the scene. Well, the city itself is it's an ancient ruin from the Roman Empire, of course. The city is known as Pompeii, and was first discovered in 1599, when the digging of an underground channel to divert the river Sarno ran into ancient walls covered with paintings and inscriptions.
So, why didn't they look into the murders then?
Well, if you'd let me finish. I'll explain why. Just give me a minute. After the initial discovery, they called in the architect Domenico Fontana to excavate. And he unearthed a few more frescoes, but he covered them up again. And the ruins were forgotten once more.
Why would he cover them back up?
Well, no one is really quite sure, but there is a theory that because they were sexually explicit, that they weren't going to be well received at that time.
Well, as interesting as it is about these sexual paintings, could you tell me about something that relates to the hundreds of corpses that we need to find out who was responsible for them?
Is your time really that precious? You can't take 5 minutes out of your day to learn a little something? Yes.
Where are we? I've lost it a little bit. Where are we?
We're detectives, not historians. End of first page.
Sure, I wasn't there at all. Alright, so we'll just start again. I'll start from that bit. What do you want to do that is your time really that precious that you can't spend?
Is your time really that precious that you can't spend 5 minutes out of your day learning a little something?
We're detectives, not historians.
I know that.
Continue then, O wise historian detective.
So after it was reburied by Fontana, a neighbouring city of Herculaneum was properly rediscovered in 1738 by workmen who were digging for the foundations of the summer palace for the King of Naples, Charles of Bourbon.
Herculaneum is all well and good, but what about Pompeii?
Pompeii. Well, after the discovery of Herculaneum, they intentionally excavated the site of Pompeii in 1748 by the Spanish military engineer Roque Jacquin de Alcabire.
I'm waiting to hear the point of this.
Hear the point of this? Well, thank you for your saintly patience, sir. Then a whole bunch of people led excavations. Carl Weber, Francisco Levago, Ad Pietro Levago was succeeded by his brother before finally Giuseppe Fiorelli took charge of the excavation in 1863.
Wait, that's a bit fucked up.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's supposed to be yeah, that brother bit was supposed to be cut out. So go. Well, thank you for your saintly patience. Let's go. That. followed in his footsteps, maybe?
I know I'm typing on there.
Well, I was thinking I could turn it so you'll be able to read that, the changes.
Oh, I thought that was his name, Francisco Vigo at Pietro Vigo.
No, it was meant to be and I was like, yeah, no, I fucked that up. Alright, so should we go from I'm waiting to hear the point of this? So it's got something to lead into.
Yeah.
The filming. I'm waiting to hear the point of this.
Oh, I was on the wrong line. I thought my line was Go on.
Do you want to just go, I'm waiting to hear the point of this, and you just go, well, thank you for your saintly patience.
Yes, I will do that.
Alright, that'll be very fun. So, can you say that? Alright.
I'll just fix it as I read it on let the exhibition, a bunch of people.
I don't know, something to that effect. Not terribly well written, but basically, because it was sort of jumping, it didn't quite make sense. But
don't worry.
so you could just go after Roch Jacquin de Alcubierre led the excavations. Carl Weber, Francisco Labega, and Pietro Labega also led the excavations before finally Giuseppe Fiorelli.
Yeah, I got the idea.
Yep. I'm waiting to hear the point of this.
Well, thank you for your saintly patience, sir. After Roch Jacquin de Alcubierre, a whole bunch of people led excavations. Carl Weber, Francisco Lavego, and Pietro Lavego, until finally Giuseppe Fiorelli took charge in 1863, just over 150 years ago.
That doesn't even make sense. That should still be your line. I've done a silly thing there. So, do you just want to keep going then from that bit? Because that's not my line. Go on.
Now, as Fiorelli excavated the city, he would find spaces in the ash that had human remains, and Fiorelli, the brilliant bastard, realized these spaces in the ash were spaces left by decomposed bodies. And so he came up with a technique to preserve the remains and show the shape and size of the bodies.
So what was this so brilliant technique?
Well, he injected within the space created by the ash plaster, pretty accurately recreating the bodies of the criminals' victims.
So they still use a similar technique like that nowadays?
Yes, but they use a clear resin instead of the plaster because it's more durable and doesn't destroy the bones. But we're getting off topic. The point is that for a long time, people assumed this was a burial ground.
No, we should change that. That was because that was silly. The point is we're getting off topic. Just change it to something about we need to get back on top of the case because that was when it was the different concept. So,
Alright, so I'll go from yes.
yeah.
Yes. Do your line because I said yes very quickly and I like that.
Don't they still use a similar tech?
I don't think so.
No. So, don't they still use a similar technique nowadays?
Yes, but they use a clear resin instead of a plaster because it's more durable and it doesn't destroy the bones and other matter in there. But we're getting off topic. What we really need to focus on is who killed these people.
So we're investigating plaster people.
Correct.
Even though these victims have been dead for around 2,000 years.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but this killer is still on the loose. No one's brought him to justice. He could still be killing whole cities. We need to get him.
Fine.
So you work this case.
Do I have a choice?
Well, seeing as you called me in, no.
Brilliant. I like that. That makes sense. I like that. Well handled. I think we should, and then just then, I think we should have a dun 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 dun. 4 hours into the investigation, still at the office, so then we can just move straight into this without having to change things. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I think if we came back after school, Miss would definitely let us use
In here?
the classroom.
Yeah.
Miss Atkins reasonable.
Yeah.
She's so nice.
When we start this in, I want to take this folder and so just tell me when you want to start.
So again, I fucked up the numbering, which is it's not exactly a difficult task, but I did fuck it up. Well, when you think about it, it was kind of brilliant. So that's yours. I don't know if you were 2 before, but basically,
I was 2.
yeah. So you're 1 now. Were you?
No choice. No, I was 1.
Okay, so it's fine then.
It's easy.
All right, so you've got the opening line.
Hang on. When you think about it, it was kind of brilliant.
What was?
Giuseppe Fiorelli's method, of course, of creating a plaster sculpture out of the space and the victim's bodies left behind.
It's a pretty simple concept. I don't know why you're so impressed.
How do you mean?
All he did was use the space of the corpse left in the ash as a mold for plaster. It's pretty simple. Fuck off, Belle.
Fuck you, Belle. Fuck you, Belle. How do you mean?
Okay, just go again.
How do you mean?
Well, all he did was use the space with the decomposed body left behind in the ash as a mold and pumped plaster in. It's a pretty simple concept.
It was pretty inventive, though.
And destructive. Once he poured the plaster in, it meant you wouldn't be able to use the bones of the deceased again. If we'd done the same thing with resin now, we would have still had the bones intact.
Fiorelli didn't have resin. He did what he could with what he had.
And well done to him. He destroyed priceless pieces of history. The bones of the dead could have been analysed to see how they differed from other humans at the time. They could have been accurately carbon dated. And it may have made our investigation easier. Instead, all we have are plaster casts of dead people and no leads.
Well, at least we're learning about history.
Fuck. Yeah, that was the line. I really like that. I just want to bleep it. I just have it bleep off. I mean, we could do something different.
Look,
It's all noisy now.
yeah, want to just come back?
Yeah, I reckon we'll just come back and knock it out after school. I think we just film everything in here. And then that giant Pompeii was prosperous or always had great food. That's when we'll do something different. We'll cut to the Pompeii footage from the movie. So you can just record that.
There's also an episode of Doctor Who called Fires in Pompeii. Probably has some
right.
same footage.
And so I did fuck up the numbers there.
You fucking idiot.
Sorry. So basically we just get through all this content that's totally like off topic for the actual case, and then we